a piece of advice that I got from two different people, a guy named Alan Sides and a guy named Bill Schnee, um, gave me a great piece of advice early on, and that was it should sound like a record at all times, which was more difficult on an analog console because you always had to make the rough mix every time you put up the song. Um, and I think that still holds true because um, although it can be achieved in a lot of different ways, the the crux of engineering to me is getting out of the way of a good performance. That's kind of the philosophy that I think holds true is, and getting out of the way of means that when somebody puts on their phones and listens to themselves, they should be inspired by what they hear and say, this sounds like me. And that really holds true in vocals and in, well, really, from the ground up. When you're tracking, when you're recording anything, it should it should be inspiring to those in the control room listening to it come out of the speakers, whoever's listening to it in the headphones. But if it's inspiring, then somebody's going to play better. If they can hear what they're doing, they're going to be more relaxed. And an engineer should be invisible, yet the most visible in a lot of ways, because he should be invisible in that he's not trying to run the show, unless he's the producer as well, which is, that's, some people do both. Um, Yet, in a tracking situation, you're trying to be, you just want to be happy and you want to lift what's going on. You want to be inspiring to everybody who's around you, and everybody tries to be that as well. And then, as far as running the show, that really has a lot to do with the producer, your relationship with the producer, with everybody, your relationship with other people. And some producers ask for lots of input. Some people don't. Some producers don't pay attention to what's being recorded at all. And if they have a trust factor, which you sort of build up through a relationship, a lot of times the project run more run smoother, because the producer can go, I want this, and leave me to it. And some producers say, no, I want, like there are lots of stories about people like Mutt Lange, or about other people who are really hands-on, say, no, I want another dB of 250, or I want this, and at the same time, when you get something going that feels good to you, you have to kind of put your ego on hold, and because the producer may go in and go, that's not what I was thinking. Can we work on the snare sound? Can we? This guitar doesn't feel right, or whatever. So you're accommodating and trying to capture at the same time. And part of capturing is making sure that players are happy with what they hear, and that they feel like that it's themselves coming out of the speaker. So that's the long way around it, but it should sound like a record, and it should feel great for the musicians.